everyone, my name is Jessie. Welcome to my Plant and Panda Corner. Today I wanted to talk to you about 5 things that I've done to help lower my impact. And hopefully these things can help to inspire you to make some changes in your own life. Let's get started. Before we get started on the list, I wanted to explain some reasons why I made these changes in my own life. So currently I'm going into my last year of an undergrad in environmental studies, and I've really learned a lot that have changed my beliefs about the world. So I really want to make some changes that align with those beliefs. So one of those are that we need to respect the planet more. I find a lot here in the West, our culture is that we have power over nature and we can do whatever we want with it. But that really isn't true. The ecosystems that are in place, they make our lives possible. They make the air clean, they make the water clean, and they make it possible for us to live as human beings. So I think a lot of time we forget about that. And I think because of that reason, we really need to make changes in our life that respect the earth and don't harm it. Hopefully with this video I can set a positive example where I am making an effort to make some changes. I'm by no means perfect or a zero waste or completely ethical consumer, but I am making an effort, and I think that's what counts. I really do believe to make change in our society, we have to start with ourselves and lead by example. So that's what I'm trying to do in this video. And the 2 main areas that I focused on making changes this year were to reduce my plastic waste and also be a more conscious consumer. All right, that's enough with the explanation. Let's get into the list. So the first thing I did on my journey this year to make a lower impact was to start buying toilet paper that wasn't wrapped in plastic. So most toilet paper that you buy at the store is wrapped in plastic, and I found the plastic that's on the outside of the toilet paper is my cat's favorite thing to chew on. And I know that's really unhealthy for them, so that's a personal reason for me why I really want to get rid of this plastic, besides the plastic waste that it creates every time you buy it. Here in Canada, I found that Staples sells its own brand of sustainable toilet paper. It's wrapped completely in cardboard and paper and all made of recycled paper. The great thing about Staples as well is that when you buy online on their website, things over $45 gets free shipping. So I just bought 2 boxes of the toilet paper and I'm good for a long time. That's like 92 rolls. Another great thing about this toilet paper is when I calculated the cost of it, it turned out to be about 55 cents per roll, and that's way cheaper than any toilet paper that I've found in the store, so that's a bonus for my student budget. The one downside I will say to this toilet paper is it's kind of a thinner 2-ply, and they don't have a more luxurious option. So if you are somebody that really likes soft toilet paper, there are other options. There's this American company who has an awesome name called Who Gives a Crap. They have super soft 3-ply toilet paper made out of recycled materials, and they're completely wrapped in paper as well and cardboard. I've seen videos done on these by 2 YouTubers I like to watch, Shell Bizzle and EcoBoost, so I'll link those down in the description below. I think they have discount codes, so you could probably get those as well. I haven't tried the toilet paper, but I've looked at their website and it looks really awesome. I might splurge around Christmas and get a box of those. So that was an easy change for me to make. On to the next one. The second thing I did this year to have a lower impact was to stop buying paper towels. In the case of paper towels, which are usually wrapped in plastic and not made of recycled paper, I decided to replace them by cutting up some old t-shirts and using them as rags in the kitchen. So what I have is I have a jar on the kitchen counter where the rags are inside, and I can just take them out. I make sure to use t-shirts that are made of cotton because I find that's a lot more absorbent than synthetic materials. And then I can just use it to wipe up the counter. When I'm done, I can throw it in this little hamper that I have in the kitchen, which is just a pillowcase on a little elastic hook. So that's great for me. Once it's full, I can put all of the rags and the pillowcase itself right in the washer and wash them, and they're good to go again. And I'm not creating any waste with this, and I'm using natural materials, so we're not creating any pollution in the water with plastic. So this I found is a great solution for me. I just add them in with my towels in the wash and they come out clean and great. The third thing I did this year to lower my impact was to stop receiving junk mail. So here in Canada, it's relatively easy to stop receiving junk mail. You just have to know the right thing to write on your mailbox. Unfortunately, the stickers that you can buy that say no junk mail on them don't work, but if you look on the Canada Post website, it'll tell you exactly what to write. So in my mailbox, I make sure to have a note there. What it has to say on the note is no unaddressed mail, no neighborhood mail delivery. And that way you won't get any mail that's not addressed to you, and you won't get flyers that are given to everybody in the neighborhood. Unfortunately, there are some things that they won't stop delivering, like neighborhood newspapers, but it's considerably a lot less than the coupons you get every week in the mail. For more details on any of those things, you can look at the Canada Post information link I have in my description box. If you live outside of Canada, I understand there might be more steps to this process, like contacting the companies that send out the junk mail directly, like credit card companies and things like that. But I feel like it is good to make that effort, that we're not using paper for no reason. If you're never going to use that junk mail, there's no point in wasting that paper. And so if you live outside of Canada and you have some tips for how to get rid of junk mail, please leave it in the comment section below, and maybe we can share some of our ideas. The fourth thing I did this year to lower my consumption was to start buying from bulk stores and bringing your own containers. So this is a change that requires a little bit of preparation when you go to the store, but it can really help curb your plastic consumption. I've started bringing my own jars to the bulk store to buy things like peanut butter, flour, honey, chocolate chips, oats and nuts, things that usually come in plastic or sometimes paper packaging that we have to throw away after. So if we're bringing your own containers to the store, you're not creating the waste that you would if you were going to a regular grocery store. The store Bulk Barn is really popular here in Canada, and I don't know if everybody knows they have their own container program now, so you can bring your containers and they'll just write the weight in wax pencil on it, and then you can put whatever you'd like in it. If you have an awesome bulk store in your area that lets you bring your own containers, make sure to share it in the comments below so other people can see. The fifth and final change that I'm going to talk about in this video that I've made this year is one of my favorites, and that is to buy local, seasonal, organic vegetables. This change is super awesome because it connects me with where I live by learning what vegetables are in season at what time. And you kind of you feel more connected to the seasons that way. You're changing what you're eating. Here in Canada, we have 4 distinct seasons, so it's really great to change up what you're eating throughout the seasons. It also lets you get to know your local community better and get to know the farmers in your community. And so you know the people that are planting and harvesting and growing the things that you're eating, and I find that really rewarding. So there's two great ways that you can get local food that I use. The first and the most well-known way is to go to the local farmers market. Now the farmers market is really awesome because a bunch of different farmers come together and they're selling a variety of different products. And so it's a lot more like going to the grocery store where you can pick out what you want. And some people, like me on a student budget, find that not the ideal option because it is a little more expensive than the grocery store, and farmers markets are usually scheduled on like 1 day a week. The second great way to get local produce from farmers is to go through a system called community supported agriculture, or sign up for a CSA box. So this option isn't really well known that I know of. Before I went to school, I hadn't really heard of it, but I think it's something that should be a lot more widespread because it's really awesome. How it works is you sign up directly with the farm. You can pick a farm in your area, and then what you do at the beginning of the season is you buy into the CSA. And so you would pay a certain fee for a certain amount of weeks of food, and then the farmer uses that money to get their crops ready and buy their seeds, and then throughout the season when the produce is ready, you get a weekly box of fresh local vegetables. So for example, the one that we signed up for this summer, it cost $275 Canadian for 12 weeks worth of food, but that you get about a bag full of vegetables every week, and we also get a dozen eggs every other week. We sat down and estimated it, and we thought that he was saying it was probably about $30 a bag of food, so we thought it was about $300 to $400 worth of produce that we're getting in the summer. So it's really a great way to be more economical. It's a win for us and it's a win for the farmer because we don't have to pay for the people in between that are using fossil fuels and vehicles to ship produce to a grocery store in refrigerated trucks or anything like that. We're just getting it straight from the farm. I'll give you guys a little snapshot here of what we got this week. It was a pretty awesome haul. The way our box is set up is the farmer chooses what goes in it, but there is lots of different ways that different farms do it. Some of them let you choose exactly what you'd like to go in the box. So shop around at the farms that are local to you, and you might find a program that suits you a lot better. Another great bonus about these is you get to visit the farm directly. So I've been there in person and I've seen all the fields, exactly where my food comes from. So I found that a really awesome connecting experience, just to kind of see where things come from, because I find a lot in our society today we're really disconnected from the food that we eat, and we don't really understand where it comes from or the energy or waste that goes into getting it to us. Now, this isn't to say I absolutely just get my produce from the CSA. I do like to get an avocado or pineapple every once in a while. You don't want to starve yourself of all the luxuries in life. But this is where I am getting the primary bulk of my produce, and it's great to get it from somewhere a lot local if it can be grown there, rather than getting, broccoli from California or something like that. So there you have it. I hope this list has given everyone some ideas and inspired you to make some small changes in your own life. I really believe that these kind of changes are made in small increments in order for them to last. So even if you're taking a small step like buying reusable bags, it is making an impact. So please let me know if you want to do any of these changes down in the comments. Please let me know of any other ideas that you have. I have made other changes in addition to these, but I didn't want to make the video too long, so let me know if you'd like another video by giving me a thumbs up. Also, if you would like to see more videos like this, please subscribe. And with that, I want to say thanks for watching. Until next time, be good to our planet, because we only have one. I'll see you later.